Me and a friend were chatting yesterday, and I brought up the idea that every girl I've been with that's been quite attractive, or I've seen and done stuff with, has always had guys there, or at least one guy there, who was very much a simp, who was giving way too much, who was phoning her all the time, messaging her all the time, trying to get with her all the time, trying to do stuff for her, paying money for her to meet him, all these different things all the time. And it was such an interesting conversation, really, and it's an interesting thought to me, really, because I don't want you lot in this position, truly. And what I found was, I used to be in a position where I used to do this years and years and years ago, not in recent years, because I learned from that, but a lot of guys do this out of insecurity and out of not being enough, so they feel like they got to overcompensate to give so much to a girl or to give so much to a woman. They hold themselves back really with that, and it never truly works, because I guarantee more time the girl won't really attracted to you in the first place if she doesn't want to see you, if she doesn't want to meet you. And this is where getting in shape and building a good physique truly comes into play. This is what I found makes the massive difference. Ever since I've got in shape, girls have always viewed me in a light where they want to get sexual with me. It's always been on a relationship sexual thing. It's never been on a I'm not gonna see you type of thing. It's always gonna be like, yeah, I'll meet you, yeah, I'll see you. And it hasn't took much effort really on my behalf, and that's because of the effort I put into myself, really. This is the thing, a lot of guys get it twisted. They think they gotta give and give and give and give and give, and it never truly works like that. Where in comparison, you'll have a guy who's in shape, who's building himself, who doesn't give her a ridiculous amount of attention. Obviously he chats to her a bit, obviously he sets up some stuff, obviously he leads, but he doesn't do it to the extent of this other guy. Yeah, he's still working on himself, still building himself, and he's in good shape, and he's a bit more confident. That guy is gonna get that girl pretty much every time. Whereas that other guy is gonna waste loads of time, hurt himself, and take away from himself. And this is what I've understood when I got in shape. You have times where girls actually simp over you, which is very weird, and it's a very weird thing that happened to me quite a few times now. It's happened quite a lot, actually, where they'll simp over you, where they'll want to do loads of stuff for you. It's so weird because you could have attractive girls doing this, but on the other perspective, you got guys who would do it to a girl that's not interested, a girl who doesn't care about them, who just wants to use them for attention. I'll give you an example. There was this guy, and he was chatting to this girl for 6 months, trying to get with her. 6 months. He was phoning her, trying to FaceTime her, all this stuff, and this girl went to me and wanted to get with me, literally, and used him to set her up with me, literally. Used him to ask for my Snapchat, to get my Snap, to start messaging me, to start seeing me. Whilst he put in how much effort? 6 months of effort, 6 months of consistency with this girl. Then he didn't even get anything, and then he was all heartbroken and all sad, and we were like, you could tell that was gonna happen. And it's one of these things that really opened my eyes to this stuff as well, and there's always been times like this. Every girl pretty much has a story like this, where they have a guy who's just trying and trying and trying and trying and trying and trying and trying, and they're trying to politely fuck him off, but he isn't going, and he thinks they're still interested. And what you don't want to be is on that side. You don't want to be on that side where you're trying and they're telling their friends about this guy who keeps messaging them, and they're telling the guy that they see him, like I've done with me time and time again. This guy keeps messaging me, he's not leaving me alone, I just want to air him, I just want to stop talking to him. And then you say, all right, air him then. And then they'll air him in front of you. They won't speak to him in front of you. It's a crazy thing when I truly think about it. A lot of these guys waste their time on this when, let's say for example, that same time they could have put into working out, building a good body, building a good physique, looking online, how to get in better shape, how to eat clean, how to be better, building themselves properly instead of taking away from themselves and hurting themselves and literally wasting loads of time. They could have put that same time into a business, into a job, into all these different areas that would have led to results, money, which is what we all need, and they would have been in a much better position. And this is one of the things, you don't want to be doing this like these guys do. And when you get in shape, you will have to stop simping, which is a shame for a lot of you, but you will have to stop simping. And this is what I've understood, truly. I haven't simped since I got in shape, and I've got more results than I ever got. I've got more little things without having to try, like, at all. My friends say to me, they're like, you really don't try, and you really don't care that much. And I'm like, yeah, I don't care that much. For example, let's say there's a girl and we're seeing each other or whatever. I'm not putting in too much care. I'm not even putting in too much. Like they've said to me, like on nights out or whatever, there's been times where girls want to go home with me, and I've turned it down pretty much every time, because the next day I want to get in the gym and I didn't care that much. If it's the right girl, I'd do it, but more time, some of these girls will fuck you up if you do it as well. That's what you gotta be careful about. You don't want to make a bad decision when you're drunk, and this is how I've been viewing it. I've been viewing it a little bit differently, and my friends can't even understand it truly. Can't understand delaying that. But it's one of these things that truly teaches you character, truly teaches you discipline. When you've got attraction and you're smart with it, you're going to be in an amazing position in comparison to a guy who's got no attraction, who's simping for a girl. He's going to be in a position where he's negative, sad, and hates himself. And you don't want to be in that position at all, do you? You don't want to be in a position where you hate yourself, you're negative, you're sad, you're thinking, oh, I can't get any girls, I can't get any girls. A lot of times that victim mentality doesn't serve them at all, does the opposite from serving them. Literally ruins them. When you're in shape, the difference is unbelievable, and it's what I've understood. I'm not the best looking guy, I'm not the most attractive guy. There's guys who are way better than me in regards to looks, height, and all this stuff, but when you're in shape and you hold yourself a certain way, you're able to hold a convo, you're able to lead, you're going to be in an amazing position. And I know you're going to say, what about money? Of course money matters. Let's say on a first glance level, an attraction level, straight away, money is one of these things that you can only show off with like a watch or a nice suit, expensive clothes and all this stuff, and sometimes that comes off as a bit too much and people fake that as well. But when you're in shape, you will have that initial chance anyway. So let's say there's a rich guy, he goes up, he tries chatting to her, he's not in this good shape, he's trying to chat to this girl, it's not going the way he wants. But let's say there's a guy who's in shape, he's got way less money, he goes up, talks to her, and she wants something to do with him because she's actually attracted to him. Whereas the rich guy's got way more resources, way more everything anyway. But let's say the attractive guy goes up, he's got the chance, he's got the opportunity to take that girl out instead of the other guy, even though the other guy's got loads of money. And this is the thing, if you had a combination of all that, you'd be in an unbelievable place. But just don't get too caught up in these women, and don't simp too much. Don't simp too much, man. That's what I've understood. Don't simp like these guys do, because they are absolutely hurting themselves and taking away from themselves. The amount of guys I've known who have put in like 6 months to a year in a girl and not even done anything with them, not even met with them, not even actually even done stuff with them. They've met, they've been in the same room, they've been together, like pretty much in the same room, and they haven't done nothing. They haven't tried to escalate things because she says we're friends, and he's still holding on because yeah, I might be able to get with her over time, I might be able to get her pussy over time. And they hurt themselves, and then later on they got a negative perspective of themselves and they hate it. When you get in shape, that stuff tends to not happen as much. If you're in that same position as a friend, you're in shape, you're around her house or whatever, she's going to be attracted to you. This is what I've understood. And you shouldn't be simping anyway, but she would be attracted to you when you're in shape. And this is what I've understood. It adds up so many different options. You get so many different options when you're in shape. And that's the true message from this video. If you lot want to build a physique that you're no longer insecure in, you're happy in, you're grateful in, and you want guidance to get there in a quicker way, shoot me an email at rolllouis23@gmail.com and I can help you get to that result.